Hi, soul family. Okay, so we're going to do a multiple choice intuitive read. We're going to do it focused being on the message. If you would like to choose an item as well as assign something to your zodiac sign, that's fine. That's your choice. I'm dealing with the message. So your choices will be the Shaman stones, the Amethyst crystal, the Boho candle that my friend Melissa just sent me. It smells like heaven. Or the Amethyst angel earrings. Okay? So those are your 4 items. Figure out what it is that you want to work with. And let me know. So the first deck we're going to be working with is the Oracle of the Shapeshifters, and we're going to start with the Boho candle. And anyone that chose the Boho candle as their items, let me choose ones for myself. Okay, I got mine. Anyone who chose the Boho candle or earth signs, your message comes from the Shapeshifter Oracle. 2 more I heard. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Ooh, interesting. The Dragonling Garden. Okay, so this message is about, this is a daycare or a preschool. I say daycare or preschool. And you can see all of these babies. The baby bunny, which represents creativity, fertility, timidity. You see to me, this is a robin. It could be a bluebird of happiness, so we'll go both. Bluebird of happiness, right? Speaking your truth. Whatever it is, the birds are about speaking. Robins are representing new beginnings. We have the little frog down here, which is transformation, healing, and drop your baggage, right? Releasing baggage, emotional cleansing. We have the squirrel here, which represents big changes, getting prepared, organizing things, letting go of too much if you're storing on too much. It's about not hoarding. It's about giving. It's about cheerful communication, about getting ready to go. Then we have the red cardinal, which speaks about knowing your own nobility. There's a difference between, and we're talking your spiritual nobility. We're not talking about ego pride. We're talking about having pride in self. It also is a representation of a loved one that's passed. It also tells you to speak your truth from the heart, the color red, of course. It also says a male comes a courting. The baby deer represents never mistake a gentle person or a kind person for a weak person, in yourself or someone else. It also represents that you might be coming out of a difficult situation, not sure where, you haven't found your strength there, you're not quite sure what's up yet, so you're walking gently on your path. It might also be that you're going into a situation you're not aware of, so you're walking gently on your path. This little dragon is the last of its kind, and this one is protecting it. This one is protecting all of the babies. So this, to me, is talking about us. This little dragon is different than everybody. It's very, very special. So it's hunted. It needs to be kept safe. I think about our gifts, our spiritual gifts. Other people that don't understand our spiritual gifts look at us like we're strange, like we need to be locked up in a mental hospital, like we're not in our right mind. They fear what they don't understand. They've seen these babies, but no one has seen this one. This one has been hidden. This is talking about how we need to nourish and educate the young ones that are coming up to understand that the ones with gifts are not strange. They're not weird. There's nothing wrong with them. They don't need to hide themselves. They need to be shown that they are gifted, that they're magical. They need to be proud of themselves. This also tells you that you might be in a surrounding where people don't understand who you are and what you're about. And so you want to keep some of your gifts sacred. Keep them safe. It doesn't mean hide who you are. You've been hiding long enough in here. It means being around ones who understand you, who accept you. You may feel, these are all one of a kind, right? These are orphans. This one is taking them in and caring for them. So you may have been through a very difficult situation in your life where you have felt unwanted, unloved, misunderstood, out in the cold, and you've hidden yourself away. But Spirit's saying it's time to come out. It's time for you to find your soul family. These are not with any of their kind, but they're all together. These are soul family. They're loved and they're safe and they're comfortable with one another, and you can have that too. Spirit says you've been hiding long enough. Stop hiding your gifts. Go to where you feel accepted, safe, understood. Express yourself. There's something wonderful about you. There's not something strange about you. There's something fantastic about you. Too many people have been raised to believe that they were schizophrenic, or that they're weird, or that there's something wrong with them because they're different. And that's not the case. So many people have actually been put into mental hospitals because they have issues, because their family doesn't understand them and doesn't want to deal with them, and they've been told that their whole life, when in actuality, the only problem they have are the triggers of their family or their friends that don't understand. He's bipolar. He's depressive. He's in a cycle. Why is that happening? Why is that person dealing with that? What's going on in their life that is pushing their triggers? I was shown someone who has been told that they were weird their whole life, has believed it, has hidden their gifts, has kept themselves isolated because the family has kept them isolated. I was told that when that person gets taken away from their trigger, which is their family, they would be 95% back to absolutely 100% health. 95. We all have a little bit of stuff to work with. We all do. But that person is not sick. That person is not mentally ill. That person is around toxic energy. That's why this one is protected and safe. Because they don't need to be told there's something wrong with them. The ones that are able to see spirit, the ones that are able to speak to spirit. This is you having been reawakened. And when you reawaken or awaken and your gifts start coming and you start recognizing things changing about you, it can be frightening, especially when no one else in your family is like you. So you want to hide it. And if they do find out, they make fun of you. So then maybe you have hidden, you've gone away. We all have to go through a stage when we awaken where we're confused. We don't understand what's going on. When my gifts started happening, I didn't know why all of a sudden I would appear somewhere. I was seeing what was happening in another person's life. I would show up there. How am I doing that? When people astral travel, all of a sudden they leave their body. I had one of my clients' sons said, I saw myself lying there. I was floating above my body, and it was frightening. And I said, you know, that's actually an amazing gift. Think about it. You go to the dentist and you don't want to hang out there. You don't want to deal with that. You just leave and go somewhere else. You can work with that. They're gifts for a reason. They're not anything that we need to be frightened of. We need to learn how to work them. We need to learn that we're empaths and that we have to be careful of our energy. And we have to avoid toxic people, situations. We have to be careful when it comes to any kind of drugs in our body or alcohol in our body because we're affected differently than other people. You may have been completely fine with it before you had your awakening, but then you have your awakening and your chemicals in your body change. It happened to me. So this is a rebirth. And this is letting you know that there's nothing about you that needs to be feared. You aren't threatening to someone else. You may have come through, maybe for you, it's just that you've been through a really difficult time in your life and you feel like unaccepted, unworthy, unsafe. But you deserve everything. You're worthy of everything. Your future has changed. Yes, everything has shifted possibly in your life. But now it's time to come away from the hiding. Change your focus. Let go of what was and welcome what is. You've been given a gift so that you can help. So that you can help others. All the things that you went through and all the things that you experience, other people do as well. That's why this one is here teaching. Letting these little ones know, I remember what it was like when I was a young dragon. Right? You're going to do wonderful things. This is also about showing love and care for the animal kingdom. These are my messengers. Every one of these are angels. They're all spirit creatures that come here for a purpose. That's why I don't understand how people can hunt them. That's why I don't eat meat. I don't even eat fish. I can't. They're my messengers. They're here with a purpose. They're here to help us. My cats show me what's wrong in my life, what I need to work on in my physical body. When I watch what's happening with them, it's a reflection of me. They're here to teach us. When an appearance comes, one of these show up for you, they're bringing you a message. Every animal, insect, bug has a message for you. Right before I came here to do the reading, I went to get my hair done, and my landlord's cat was outside. And he said, "Did he show you his lizard?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "He was batting around a lizard." I said, "Why did you let him do that?" And he says, "Well, he was playing with it." And I said, "He wasn't playing with it. He killed it. Why didn't you stop that?" However, dead or alive, the lizard has a message for us. So the lizard is about reviewing your dreams. Is it really what you want? Or do you not realize that you are worthy of so much more? Have you given up on your dreams? Is that's why that cat was tormenting and playing with this lizard until he killed it? Has somebody been tormenting you? Have you been tormenting your own self? Flipping it around to the point until you killed your dream. You allowed your dream to go. The lizard is also telling you, the lizard has information coming from the underworld, right? From your dark places. So it's telling you have the ability to tap into your higher self. And that is the gift that you have that will help you move forward in whatever situation you're dealing with at this time. It's also telling you to detach. When you think about the lizard, now my daughter would argue this because not all lizards are able to do this, but they say lizards can detach from their tail and grow another one. Not all can. But just under that premise, it's telling you it's time to use objective detachment in the situation that you're in, because only then are you going to be able to see it for what it really is. But it's letting you know it's time for you to go inside. It's time to look at whether you're being controlled by your ego, 3D personality, or whether you're tapping into your highest self. Because your ego is the magician in reverse. The ego is not here to help you. It's here to make you feel worthless, fearful, angry. It's the deceiver. It's the great deceiver, the ego, the master of deception. But the only way for you to discover what your heart is telling you is focus on what your dreams are telling you. And it's also telling you that that lizard was upside down, blue belly, right? Who's playing with you? Don't push away the message. Somebody's playing with you to the point where you're just a toy, you're just a plaything. But it could cost you your life. A choice that you might be making that could cost you your soul, your self-respect, or your own physical life. Have you gotten caught in your everyday living? So much so that you've forgotten your dreams that you used to have? You're not even looking at them anymore? Lizard people can regenerate things that they've lost. We're going into Mercury retrograde. Wolf people and lizard people both have an issue with repeating cycles because there's something about the energy within us that wants to recreate these attachments somehow. So it could be, what repetitive cycle are you in that you keep repeating the same thing again and again and expecting a different result? Look into your dreams a little bit. Are you looking at things in only one perspective? Do you need to look at things from a different perspective, another view, to see how the obstacle that you're looking at is actually not an obstacle at all? That's your message. That was a long one. I'm surprised with that. For those who chose the Amethyst, let's see, what do we have here? Shaman stone, Amethyst, earrings, the Amethyst angel. For those who chose the Amethyst angel, or for air signs. For those who chose the Amethyst angel, earrings, or air signs. Your message is coming from the Oracle of Shadows and Light. Air signs, amethyst earrings, angel earrings. The signs are with you. You already know. You've been shown a million times, and you're doubting yourself again, or you're doubting spirit, or you're refusing to see the signs. No matter how many times they dance out in front of you. Doesn't matter if somebody sat right in front of your face, you would refuse to see that they were there. Because of fear, because of pride. You either have been told in the direction that you're meant to go, you've either been told who is not in your highest good, you've either been told where you should go, you've either been told a yes or no. You've already been shown that the angels are supporting you and working with you, and yet you fear. Because it's taking too long. You feel like you're out in the cold. Why are you out in the cold? Are you seeing yourself as someone out in the cold? Are you out in the cold because of your own stubborn pride? You've been told whether you are supposed to move forward or allow someone to come to you. You've been told whether you should take this job or not. You've been getting messages and signs. You've asked for them. Spirit says, we'll give you more. We'll bring you more. Let's turn on the radio. We'll bring you messages and music. You get messages in movies. You get messages in the animals. You get messages in your dreams. What is the consistent repetitive message from Spirit that you get? Because Spirit doesn't go left and then go right quickly. They consistently move in the same direction. They don't get angry with us. They don't get upset with us. Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? This could represent someone in your life that's lost their patience with you. This one looks frustrated and annoyed. Angry dress. This one could be someone that has passion for you that's slowly fading, going cold. Because all you're doing is throwing cold ice water down on them. They've shown you that they're there for you. They've shown you that they're standing there out in the cold still. And yet you refuse to acknowledge. Spirit is saying you're safe. We're with you. We're guiding you. We're protecting you. And we love you. You deserve to have the best. If you're at a stalemate right now, if you're at a stall right now, there must be a reason. Speak to us. Ask us questions. And then listen to the answers. And when you get the answers, don't push them away. Because right now, this whole message isn't about anything other than the fact that you refuse to see what you've been shown. It's choice. You've seen it. You know. But you're refusing to acknowledge it. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. All Spirit can say is, we're here. The rest is up to you. We can bring you the opportunities. We can show you when to act and how to act. But if you don't act, it doesn't happen. The signs are there. Could be in regards to your health. It could be in regards to anything. And you get nervous. We all get nervous. We all get nervous. We all start to have fear and doubt. And that's when we ask for Spirit again. You know what? I'm needing courage right now. I'm needing, show me something right now. Because why? Because your ego mind has gotten in and brought something up that's changed. It's shaken your core. And right now you're out of balance. Why are you out of balance? What did you listen to? Where were you before when you were fine and now you're not? What changed between now and then? What occurred? Did we show you something different? No, but my brother said this. We didn't tell you that. No, but that's my brother. He loves me. Does he? He might have an ulterior motive. Just because he's your family doesn't mean he doesn't have his own reasons for wanting you to do things a certain way. Sometimes people think they know what's in your highest good, but they're not aware of what's best in your soul, for your soul's path. The signs are with you. Is it time for me to leave this situation that's extremely toxic? Yes. Have you been told that a million times? Have you been told to speak to somebody? Have you been, you know that you must and yet you don't? Don't expect the door to stay open. You know, when the door is this cold, people say, you know, shut the door, it's freezing. If you blow smoke, turns to icicles, no one's going to stand there and take that for long. So, for those who chose the Shaman stones, or water signs, we go to the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Shaman stones, or water signs, correct for neutrality on all levels. How did we get into this mess? The dishes smashed all over the floor. Is this a situation that just keeps going on and on like this? Why don't you pull me close? Is that a cycle you're in, right? You fight, you smash, you go crazy, everything goes to, and then somebody says, I'm sorry, oh, throws their body on you. Or is it somebody's just so frustrated because they're doing everything on their own and they can't get through? Meet me in the middle. What does it mean for you? Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Shaman stones or water signs, your imaginary friend. This is amazing considering what we just spoke about. The weird ones, you know, the ones that people in the family that aren't awake think are crazy. Those are the ones that have imaginary friends, right? But they're not imaginary friends. They're only imaginary friends because other people don't see them, right? My brother had Herman. He lived in the curtains, and that was his spiritual guide. It was probably his guardian angel, right? Do you have an imaginary friend? Now, what's amazing about that is I've been somebody's imaginary friend. No one in the family or none of the friends knew we were together, right? It was a secret. This is a message that this friend reemerges into your life. We're in Mercury retrograde. This is the time they come back. This is a dragon popping back into someone's life. It's just an imaginary friend because I have a picture. I think it's really funny. I said it before, and I'll probably do it again. I was in Sedona, and I had been speaking. I think someone asked me out or something, and I said no at the time because I had been connecting with my spiritual twin soul. And they said, where is he? And I said, he's always with me. Can't you see him? And my friend was laughing, and he says, yeah, your imaginary friend. My own daughter wrote on Facebook a big post that a friend sent me that said, the day you cut your mother out of your life, my mother needs psychiatric help. She thinks she talks to angels. She is in love with an imaginary person. He isn't real. So I have an imaginary friend, apparently, right, that nobody else has seen. So just because nobody else has seen him doesn't mean he's not real. He may not be real to you, but he was very real to me, right? So this also may represent the fact that there's an item that you had when you were young. It's special. It may be a teddy bear, it may be a blanket. I don't know what it is for you. It's something that's special. It reminds you of a time when you felt young and happy and healthy. It brings you back to that time in your life. It's got good memories attached to it. It's a feel-good item or person. Spirit says they want you to find it and bring it back out. My landlord, I found his. I was in the storeroom downstairs looking for something that I had packed away down there, digging out of storage. And I came across this bunny. It only has one ear, it has one eye. And I pulled it, and it was a wind-up. It still plays music. And I said, oh my God, was this yours when you were a baby, little? And he said, yes, he had it when he was just a little kid. And I said, oh my gosh, it can't stay here. You need to bring this out. This is magical. This is precious. This is something you need to hold on to and look at and think about. And, you know, and for me, sadly, everything that I owned was lost or stolen in a storage unit. I had my baby. I had my teddy bears from when I was little. It broke my heart. But for you, it could represent also a person that you knew. They knew you at a different time. They knew you before. They're old school, right? And it's about connecting with that again. The feelings that you had when you held on to that bunny. How old you were at that time. I'll show you my imaginary friend. See? He's right there. He's right there too. And right there. See? I tell him everything that I experience. He goes on all my adventures with me. You don't see him. But energetically, I feel him. And I do see him in dreams. But this is about reconnecting in the physical. Bring out whatever this is to you. It probably will pop to your mind. When I brought my landlords out, I put it out on the front hallway table. And I said, you know what he needs? What he deserves? He deserves to have a beautiful, brand new ribbon tied around his neck. And he started to tell me stories of when he was little. It reminded him of his family history, of his life, of his childhood. It reminded him of what he was dreaming about, what he wanted to be, what he wanted to do. Reconnecting with this person or this item is going to make you remember things that you might have forgotten. Whatever these treasures are, some kind of a talisman, something that might feel, it'll be something that you could protect yourself with. Maybe it's just a picture. But it's important to your heart. As I said, a friend from long ago returns, knowing your history, someone who really knows the real you. Now, somebody might look at you and say, like about that bunny, I think his ex-girlfriend came over here and said, what do you have that old thing there for? Didn't have any idea how precious that was, and still is to him. And somebody may look at your old friend from the past, before you became the big CEO or rich and famous or whoever you are now. Somebody from the good old days, your old school friend. They may look at that person and think, why would you want to go there? You could have all of this, pointing to bigger, better, newer, younger, tighter, firmer, right? Why that old thing? That old thing might not have any sentimental value or any sense of value at all in these people, in their eyes. But it doesn't matter what they think. It's what happens when you reconnect with this imaginary friend or this imaginary, or this memento, this treasure from your past. Allow yourself to reconnect again and dream again and remember who you really wanted to be, what you wanted to do. Are there things you've forgotten? Are there things you'd like to bring back? Something that makes you feel whole, something that makes you feel loved and warm and safe and comfortable, like an old pair of jeans. Something that you treasure. And it doesn't matter if anybody else does or not. You remember the fun that you guys had. The person that was there when nobody else got it. So right now you might be, because we're in Mercury retrograde, about to have people from your past come back. You might be going home to a family home. Gosh, I remember the time I went back to Canada and I went to my childhood home. It was a character home, heritage home, and I asked if I could go through it and they let me go through. It had all the wallpaper that my mother put up. The walls were painted the same color. It was the most amazing thing. They wouldn't let me film it because they had their own things in there. It was so sad for me because a couple years later it was torn down. But God, what an amazing thing to be able to experience that again. All the treasures that came back in my mind. And right now, this one reappears in your mind and in your life to bring back to life things that you have forgotten. Memories, something that is noteworthy. And what it's going to do is it's going to make you feel very loved, very precious. For those who chose the amethyst crystal or fire signs, we go to Oracle of Shadows and Light. Always is with fire signs. So interesting. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Oracle of Shadows and Light. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For all who chose the amethyst crystal or fire signs, there's somebody in your life, something in your life that's toxic to you, that drains you, makes you feel bad about yourself, makes you question yourself, that is disrespecting you, that is crossing over your boundaries. Spirit's telling you it needs to stop. It needs to stop. You're draining my energy. You're attached to me. This could be somebody. If somebody pops into your mind, it's interesting. The radio said Dr. Troy Andreasen said it 3 times. If somebody jumps into your mind, you may not be in their physical presence. You may have an energetic cord wrapped around you that you need to ask Archangel Michael to sever, because something or someone is draining your energy. There could be somebody in your life that is not good for you. They want to be your friend, but it's not good for you to have them in your life. And you're overriding what your higher self is telling you. You're trying to rationalize. You're trying to be friendly with somebody who's not in your highest good. They are not who they present themselves to be. You're trying to be a nice person. You don't want to be the bad guy, right? So you start kind of pushing your instincts to the side a little bit, and you think, oh, I'm overreacting here. But Spirit says you're not. You need to stay away from someone, and you need to make sure they stay away from you. It might be that you are attracting certain energies to you because maybe you're doing well, maybe you're public, right? Maybe people are starting to notice you, and so there are people that want to attach to you, right? But they're just there for what they can get. They're opportunistic. And Spirit's saying, no, we don't mind getting tough here. We're telling you, don't get involved in this. They're also saying, if someone's pushing you around, somebody's being rude to you, someone's disrespecting you, you don't have to be nice about it. That's not okay for somebody to be disrespectful. It's not okay for somebody to bully you. It's not okay for somebody to put you down. It's not okay. Ever. You don't like it. You don't want it. So don't be so sweet about it. Don't give them a watery, passive-aggressive reaction. Let them know straight up. This is not something that I'm going to deal with. I am detaching. You may just need to detach from whatever is upsetting you, whatever seems to drain your energy, whatever it is that's making you feel raw. You can be respectful. You don't have to say to somebody, fuck off, straight up. You don't have to. But you have to be cool about it. Look, you know what? It could be simply that somebody's crossing your boundaries. They're pushing it, right? These are my prices. This is what I offer. And they push it. Try to get more, always more, for less. And you don't want to be rude, but you're like, you know what? This is just disrespectful. So you're just business. You're cool. Right? If you don't want somebody coming into your studio, Sherry, keep your door closed, right? Don't leave your door open. So it's the same thing in your life. If you don't want to welcome this energy into your life, don't leave the door open to them. Change the channel. Stop being so nice. It's time to tell somebody to take a flying fuck. And if they don't get it, when you're being polite and cool, then you need to straight up say that. All right, that's it, you guys. That's your message for the day. Have a great day. If anybody would like help with the dream analysis or would like a private reading to see what's going on in your life, my website, you can find me at www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com, and I would be honored to work with you on behalf of Spirit and your higher self. Take care.